Have you ever wondered if Nostradamus, the 16th century seer, actually predicted the rise of one of history's most infamous figures? Let's dive into one of his most chilling quatrains and see what secrets it might hold. We're talking about Century 1, Quatrain 76. Stay with me because this gets fascinating. The original Old French text, published way back in 1568, read something like this: D'un nom farouche tel préfère sera, que les trois soeurs auront fato le nom. This translates to, with such a fierce name it will be pronounced, that the three sisters will have fate the name. The quatrain continues, describing how a great nation, through tongue and deed, will achieve more fame and renown or infamy than any other. So what does this all mean? Let's break it down piece by piece. First, a fierce name. Many interpreters immediately jump to Adolf Hitler. They point to an anagram of Hister, a name Nostradamus used in other prophecies, which is also an old name for the Danube River, near where Hitler was born. The name itself, Hitler, or the term Nazi, certainly became synonymous with a terrifying and fierce ideology. The prophecy says this name will be pronounced, which could point to the power of speech and propaganda that defined the Nazi regime. Next, we have the line about the three sisters. This is a classic, almost unmistakable reference to the Moirai, or the fates, from Greek mythology. These three sisters Clotho, Lachesis, and Atropos were believed to spin, measure, and cut the thread of life, controlling the destiny of every mortal and god. By saying the three sisters will have fate the name, Nostradamus is powerfully suggesting that this fierce name and the person behind it are not just a random occurrence, but are woven into the very fabric of destiny. It implies an unavoidable fated rise to power. Then, the prophecy shifts to the nation itself. Then a great people by tongue and deed will speak. This line is incredibly evocative. By tongue perfectly captures the essence of the Nazi propaganda machine led by Joseph Goebbels. They used rallies, radio broadcasts, and powerful rhetoric to sway a nation and spread their ideology. The deed part refers to their actions, the rapid militarization, the expansion across Europe, and the horrific acts that followed. The combination of powerful words and decisive, brutal actions is exactly how this great people made their mark on the world. Finally, the quatrain concludes, more than any other it will have fame and renown. Renown can be a neutral term, but in this context, coupled with fierce, it strongly implies infamy. And can anyone really argue with this? The events of World War II and the Holocaust left a scar on human history so deep that it remains a benchmark for evil. The name and the regime achieved a level of global infamy that is truly unparalleled. When you put all these pieces together, the fierce name, the connection to destiny, the rise of a nation through propaganda and action, and the unprecedented level of infamy, it paints a picture that aligns startlingly well with the rise of Nazi Germany. It's as if Nostradamus, centuries ago, saw a dark future taking shape. He saw a name that would be carried by fate, a nation mobilized by powerful words and terrible actions, and a legacy of infamy that would echo through the ages. Of course, we have to consider the other side. Skeptics argue that these interpretations are made with the benefit of hindsight. The language is vague enough, they say, that it could be applied to many different historical events. The name Hister could just be a geographical reference. The three sisters could be an allegorical reference to something else entirely. They believe we are simply pattern finding, connecting dots that weren't meant to be connected. And that's a fair point. The beauty and the mystery of Nostradamus's prophecies lie in their ambiguity. But whether you believe he was a true prophet or just a master of vague poetry, you can't deny the chilling accuracy when you lay this 450-year-old verse alongside the history of the 20th century. It makes you wonder what other secrets might be hiding within his writings, waiting for history to unfold and give them meaning. What do you think? Was this a direct hit or just a coincidence? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this deep dive into history and prophecy, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more.